Like a superstar since joining the NFL in 2020. And guess who's taking notice? Calvin Johnson. Megatron told NFL Network he thinks Lamb could easily transform himself into a best-in-class for this era. He said, quote, "I love watching that kid go up and make a play on the ball. The guy can move. The guy's elusive. He is not a tiny receiver." Shannon, you might have to heap some praise on a cowboy. How surprised were you that Megatron said this?
I'm shocked that he would say this about a guy that's not even a top 10 receiver currently. Ceedee Lamb is not even the best receiver on his team. That belongs to Amari Cooper. And just because you're 88, that doesn't mean you're the next best thing. I know Ceedee got to 88, and we know the Dez and the Michael Irvin and the Drew Pearsons. I get all that. But it's not even close. So what is Davante Adams going to do in the next couple of years? What about Tyreek? None of these guys are even close to being 30. He's not better than Stephon Diggs. He's not better than Calvin Ridley. I'm not taking him over DK Metcalf. I'm not taking him over Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Jamar Chase is in the mix, Mike Evans, DJ. But man, stop! This is ridiculous. He's not even a top 10 receiver. You can go 10, 12, maybe even 13 before you say, give me CD. Man, this is, hey, Megatron from the crib. He from the A, I'm from the A. He live in Detroit now, and know his career, all that. But it's not, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he got a product out, Skip. You know, he in the cannabis business, and he probably hit
That's how you're going to disqualify.
Yeah, he probably hit that thing before he made these comments, so I'm going to leave it at that.
And I'm going to start it right there. I have been trying to tell you this since Ceedee Lamb was at the University of Oklahoma. One day you just shot out of nowhere about Jerry Jeudy's the best receiver in college football. I said, nope, I stopped you. We're going to break.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. No, it's Ceedee Lamb. No, Ceedee Lamb, are you kidding me? And then what happened? He started to rise, and he keeps rising. And now, arguably, one of the, maybe the most gifted receiver we've ever seen, right? I think we'd have to go there.
For Dallas?
For Megatron.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he and Randy probably most talented.
Yeah, right up there. It's neck and neck between those two. But the most gifted, in many people's eyes, just sat back and said, he's got next, because he's eye-testing him. He's saying, I love to watch that kid play. So do I. I love to see him go up and snatch it.
But Skip, he isn't a top 10 receiver currently.
He's just saying he's got next.
Okay,
he's on the rise. And well, you know, I asked the same question because we saw Jerry in Hard Knocks say, we just got to get him the football. So right now, what are the targets for the Dallas Cowboys through 3 games?
Yeah.
Top targets have been thrown to Ceedee Lamb, 27. But to your point, Amari's been thrown 26 footballs.
Right.
So it's neck and neck.
Right.
But I told you this is the year Ceedee will take over as the #1 receiver.
Right.
And I think slowly but surely is, because his yards, 251 yards, leads the team by far. His 14.0 average per catch leads the team by far.
Let that sink in. Jamar Chase is averaging 20 yards a catch.
Okay.
Ceedee Lamb's averaging 14, because I told you Dak dinking and dacking. That's why the completion percent. See, I'm glad you read that stat.
Could we see that Dak dink that he threw to start the game the other night?
One ball.
I don't know. It looked pretty good to me. It didn't go for 10 yards. It went for 44 yards. It started off the Eagles game. Here it is. Here's a dink and Dak. Oh, that ball's in the air a long time. Look who went up and snatched it, 88. He is coming, Shannon. He's going to take this team over, and at some point, he's going to be at the top of this league.
So how soon? Because Davante Adams, if I'm not mistaken, is about 27, 28. So how soon are you going to take over from Davante?
Do you remember what happened on opening night at GOAT? Do you remember the drive that I thought had won the game by Dak Prescott late in the game? Do you remember the first 3rd down and then the second, 3rd and 11? Could we see those quickly, please? Dak looked to, on 3rd and 1, he goes to, oh, it's 88. That's pretty easy, because 88's hard to get on the ground. You talk about run after catch. And then he says 3rd and 11. This is 3rd and 11. This is ball game here. He says, I think I'll find 88 who gets loose. He can flat out move and groove after catch. He's been returning punts. When they need a big one, they put 88 back to return the punt. He is explosive. He is big. He is physical. He's put on a little weight since last year. It is his time to shine. It may start happening Sunday against Carolina, but he's going to take this team over.
Well, here's the thing. He's not better than Davante, Tyreek, or D. Hopkins. He's not better than Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp. So now we're in the He's not better than Justin Jefferson. I'm definitely taking Justin Jefferson over Ceedee Lamb. So now, if you want to battle it out with DJ Moore and Jamar Chase, have at it. I'm not taking him over Mike Evans either. So I just gave you like 12, 13 guys. Before
you gave me 20 guys. Your list is going to keep shrinking and shrinking.
I mean, eventually, Skip good. These guys go. I mean, eventually, Tyreek's going to retire. Devontae's going to retire. D. Hopkins, and then he might have at it. I
called it, and it's happening.
He is not better than Justin Jefferson, period.
Megatron said, I'll take that guy.
He better than DK? You take him over DK?
Pretty soon I will.
Okay, pretty soon. Because you know they're the same age, right? They basically the same age.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just great stuff, guys, but I got to go with Skip on this one. I agree with Skip. All right. Are we about to witness the great Cowboys legend, 3-time Super Bowl champ, and former All-Pro Darren Woodson? Skip, you've known Darren for such a long time. Let's let you do the honors.
Darren Woodson, it's an honor and pleasure to have you back on TV with me. We've had many great days together on TV, and I should probably disqualify myself here because I am a big Darren Woodson fan. I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. If Steve Atwater got in, you played with him, right? And John Lynch got in. Listen, Darren Woodson was a driving force of that Cowboys defense through the 90s, and my team is still trying to replace Darren Woodson at safety as we speak today. So, Darren, always appreciate your perspective on this team. We have heard Troy Aikman say this week that this team can be special, said Troy. We heard Drew Pearson, freshly now into the Hall of Fame, great Cowboy receiver, say that he believes that Dak Prescott is now a top 3 quarterback. So you've always been very objective about this team. Help us out here. How legit do you see this team being at this point?
You know, look, I said it. I've said it a million times. I think it's a week-to-week process with this team. And what's happened, what we haven't seen with this football team is the young kids, the young guys that are coming in, the guys that are in their first, second, third, fourth year step up. And now we're starting to see that with Trayvon Diggs and the Micah Parsons and the Jordan Lewises of the world, the guys that are on that team, the young guys are stepping up. They're not having to rely on DeMarcus Lawrence to make every play out there. These young guys are really stepping up to the next level. They're becoming playmakers. They're hungry, Skip. I mean, this team for the longest time, all you've seen is the hoopla. I'm just happy to be a Dallas Cowboy. I'm just happy to have the star on my helmet. Now, these kids are hungry, and that's what I like about this team and what they're and the culture of what they're doing right now. And that's why you're hearing guys like Troy Aikman and others talk about the youth of this football team, because that's what's made us special back in the day. That's what made the Broncos special, Shannon, when you were playing. Young guys are the role players who actually were listening to the veterans and understood it's not just about being a Cowboy. It's about winning games and being a champion.
Woody, I'm not sold on you just yet. Because I thought you beat a team in Philly that I didn't think was very good, and Skip tried to oversell them. He tried to oversell them, and when you look at Philly, I don't think they're going to be very good this year. I don't see them winning more than probably about 6 games, 6, 7, maybe 6 or 7 games. You really should be 1-2 right now. Had the Chargers not imploded, shot themselves in the foot with 10 offensive penalties, and plus Mike McCarthy, I don't know what he was thinking at the end of that ball game by not using a timeout or running another play and relying on a kicker to kick a 56-yard field goal.
But our record is what?
Your record's 2-1.
Thank you. Go ahead.
But your day coming. Your offense, I will give this. Your offense has looked a little bit better than what I thought, especially in the run game, because you do have weapons on the outside. Ceedee Lamb, Amari Cooper, you have Cedric Wilson filling in for Michael Gallup. But your defense is really what surprised me, because you're taking the ball away. I still don't believe you're that great on the back end, but somehow you guys are coming up. Every ball that hits the ground, you jump on it. Every ball that hangs up in the air, you get it. So that's something that you can build on, but I'm still not sold on you guys just yet. I'm just waiting on the day when I come in here on a Monday and say, Skip, y'all still the same Cowboy. Tell me that's not going to happen this year.
No, I don't think that happens. And the reason why I don't think that happens is this. If you look at, you play the teams that are in front of you, you beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Am I right, Shannon?
Yep,
It doesn't matter what you look like. The teams that line up in front of you, you beat them. Well, look at the division, because we always start with the division, right?
Terrible.
Be the beast in the East. Win the division, and let that happen. So, all right, let's talk about the division. Philadelphia, you're right. They're not that good, football team. Absolutely. The New York Giants, not that good of a football team. The Washington Redskins won the division last year. And they're not that good of a football team. And you're watching them defensively, which you expect the Redskins to be. You expect the Washington football team to be special on the defensive side of the ball. They're not special right now. This team, this Cowboys team, can win this division. And when you have confidence and you're building with a young football team, young defensive team, and you're building confidence week in and week out, there's one thing that starts to happen. You start to believe.